Trading this grass block all the way up to a private island. So far I've traded my way through all these things up to a car.
I've been trying to get trades for the CX7 for the last few days. Unfortunately, nothing's panned out just yet. However, I do have a guy that's coming right now that wants to buy the CX7 rather than trade for it. So I'm more than happy to look at doing that. I can even sell it for slightly less than what I've got the value at to get that cash. And then I can start lowballing people left, right and center on Facebook Marketplace to try and jack that value. See if we can't lock in that sale before I head off to Thailand. I'm literally leaving tomorrow, so to get rid of this would be great because the rego on this thing expires before I even get back from Thailand in January. So I'd actually be super stoked to offload this right now and get some cash in the hand so I can look at getting some higher value stuff to trade when I'm away.
And he never showed up. There were 4 to 5 more no-shows after this one, and I must admit that I was beginning to wonder if this was where the dream would end. The island is a big goal, and sometimes I do get so caught up in the pursuit of it that the journey can become frustrating. I want it to be like a movie where each step that I've planned plays out as direct and fluid as it does for the characters. I wish it was that simple. But what keeps me going is a quick look back to appreciate just how far I've already come since the beginning. And I've never been one to give up easily, especially after coming so far. Being here in Thailand now has definitely given me renewed energy, and with being far more proactive, I've found a buyer in just 2 days. Because I'm here in Thailand and can't do the deal myself, my dad was awesome enough to go around and close that sale for me, and the deal was done.
So I've got $4,000 cash now, baby. So the plan is now to take that $4,000, buy something really cool that's undervalued, flip it for maybe $6,000 or even $8,000. So drop us a comment of what you think I should buy with that $4,000 to flip up.
Okay, I've got $4,000 burning a hole in my pocket, and I've come up with 3 different things that I want to buy to try and flip up to maybe $6,000-8,000. Option number 1 is buying a tuk-tuk here in Thailand and importing it to Australia. Now this is going to have a whole lot of paperwork that I have to do, and probably the most difficult of all 3. But there could be a massive payoff because I've seen these for sale in Australia for going for upwards of $15,000. So if I can get one, which I can here for about $4,000 or less, some of them are actually even about half that, I might be able to get that back to Australia for about the $4,000. Option 2 is buying a really nice watch, something that's pretty expensive, then lowballing them, hoping that I can get it for about half what they're asking. Then I should be able to flip it for close to what they were asking for, giving me a bit of a profit. But I'm really not sure about watches, so I'm a bit hesitant to try this one. Option number 3, probably the most predictable and the most reliable, would be flipping cars. And I've done some research on the hottest selling car in Australia right now. That happens to be the Toyota Corolla. So if I was going to do it, I'd be looking to flip Toyota Corollas. Just literally lowballing people that have got a Corolla for sale that are around about the $8,000 mark. See if I can't get it for about $4,000 and then flipping it. And then just repeating the process for more profit. Finding deals was really the easy bit. I found loads of tuk-tuks like this one for sale at the right price. But I spent about a week or so looking for someone just to ship it back to Australia.
Unfortunately, all of the shipping costs have come back and they're far outside what I have to spend on this, so I'm going to have to shelve the tuk-tuk idea. So with the tuk-tuk off the table now, I need to add a 3rd option to replace it, and I'm looking at e-foils here in Thailand. There's quite a few of them for sale in the Pattaya and Phuket area. And here in Thailand, they seem to be selling for around about the 100,000 baht mark, which is about 4,000 Aussie dollars. In Australia, they seem to be going around about 6,000 and up for the brands that I'm looking at. So there may be some money to be made in those as well. I'm going to scrap the watch idea as well. I just don't know enough about it. I'm going to start looking at stuff that I do know a little bit more about, and that may be cameras. And there's some really good stuff here in Thailand that's for sale. The Sony A7, for instance, worth quite a lot of money. But here, we can get it for a good deal. So if I don't find a really good deal on an e-foil or a camera here in Thailand, I'm probably just going to hold off until I get back to Australia to start executing on my Corolla idea. Yes, I know it's extremely boring. However, it's all about getting to that island at the end of the day, baby. Now, I'm also open to ideas, so if there's anything you think I can make a really good profit on, I've got about $4,000 there to spend. So drop us a comment and let us know. This week I made offers on 2 e-foils in Pattaya for about the $7,000 mark. Unfortunately, both of them declined my offer. I think it was mostly the language barrier really that got in the way. I don't speak any Russian whatsoever, and they don't speak much English, so I think it was just a matter of lost in translation there. I found 2 more e-foils for sale down in Phuket, and after a little negotiation, they both agreed to my lowball $4K offer.
So I packed up my little Nissan Almera there and drove the 1,000 kilometers down to Phuket, only to be stood up by both sellers. All wasn't lost though, because I ran into my really good friends who've been traveling for the last 3 years on their boat, and we got to spend New Year's Eve with them, which was an amazing time, so it was well worth the trip anyway. With no more e-foils here to look at, I'm going to seriously consider looking at only the Sony A7 or even an A1, and there are actually a few for sale here in Thailand that I found, and I've got a couple that are actually considering my 4K offer, so if I can slide in with my little lowball 4K offer, I might actually be able to make a really good profit on it.
I spent over 2 weeks looking for a deal on one of these cameras with some very promising leads, and almost getting one for well under half what they initially had it listed for. However, after all that effort, I still couldn't get a trade over the line. But it wasn't all bad news.
Guys, I found my island. Ta-da! I mean, it's even got a tree. I don't know how I'm going to fit my house. I don't know. Maybe you can just like balance it on top somehow and just hope it stays there.
That really might be the island the way the trades have been going here in Thailand. I've yet to secure a solid trade, and all of the leads that I had previously have fallen through. I'm in a very unique position in this challenge. Having that $4,000 cash really puts me in a good spot to be able to trade up to much higher value items, because let's face it, everyone's looking for cash when they're looking to sell their stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm in a very good position with that $4,000. I don't necessarily want to just buy something for that value. I want to use that as leverage so that I can trade up for something really good. So that's why I've kind of been holding off a little bit longer and really making sure that I make the most of this $4,000. I don't want to just jump into any old purchase and only make, say, $500, $1,000 on the purchase. I needed to really leverage that $4,000, that cash that I've got right now. Like I said, it's a very unique position and it'll allow me to hopefully jump up several levels real fast. My time here in Thailand is almost done now, so I'm going to stop looking for trades here and turn my focus back to looking for trades in Australia. I do have big plans for the challenge when I do get back to Australia, and given that these trades can take quite a lot of time to put together, I'm going to rope my brother into helping me out with putting some of those trades together. So hopefully the trades will be coming thicker and faster, because with his help, I'm hoping to secure the island within 6 to 7 more trades. Plus we've got plans for challenges even after the island. With the little bit of time that I do have left here in Thailand, I've been spending it with my wife, and also thinking what trades might be possible when I'm back in Australia. Gives me renewed confidence that with a little bit of patience and a whole heap of hard work, we'll get to the island soon. Click here to watch another video. YouTube thinks you're really going to like it.